Welcome back. We're continuing this wonderful conversation with Long Beach Mayor Bob Foster. Bob, you've been mayor for 3 years. Look back on the 3 years and give us a sense of highlights and satisfactions, frustrations.
Yeah, well, nothing has really surprised me. People always ask me, what are you surprised about? Nothing has really surprised me. I knew what to expect. I knew both the good and the bad being in public life. I think we've done an awful lot in 3 years. We've worked on, obviously, the fiscal side of this. We've really changed out almost all the top management in the city, and the city manager on down to Public Works, the financial officers. We've got a new team here with a whole new attitude. We've changed the culture, I think, in the city staff. You'll see a difference if you go to planning and building. You'll see a difference in our outreach to business. We've moved from being a regulator to a facilitator. We're not entirely there yet, but we're much, much further down the road. The single biggest complaint I heard when I became mayor was from people wanting to come here either in business or to build here with having enormous problems. And now I hear almost nothing but compliments. We had an issue very early on with public safety in terms of a lot of our senior police officers leaving. We had to correct that. So we had charter change. We've done an awful lot here, and I think it's been a good 3 years, and I think we've kind of set the foundation to do things.
And you've announced that you are a candidate for re-election. What would be your hopes in your second term should you be re-elected?
Well, one of the things that I believe I have not done enough of because I'm occupied by other things, I really would like to attract more clean businesses here, particularly that have high-paying jobs. Now, we're still hopeful that we can get this movie studio or something like it.
That would be a home run.
And it would be extraordinarily helpful for Long Beach. It would be a lot of employment. It would be good from a lot of standpoints. So I hope to do more of that. I still want to finish out, making sure that we are as fiscally disciplined as possible. And there are certain reforms, and we're going through those negotiations right now with employees. Okay. We have to reform pensions. They're not sustainable as they are now. We're going to have employees, I think, take up a greater share of their pension contribution. I think there probably are reforms needed statewide, because if only one city implements reforms, then you're at a disadvantage with other cities.
Absolutely.
But I think everyone agrees that public employee pensions are not sustainable, and including the employees.
Yeah, and see the current issue of the Straight Talk Reporter. We have a guest columnist, John Morlock, has written on the need for pension reform. It's a very powerful article in the current issue of the Straight Talk Reporter. Also, go to our show archives to watch the show with Mr. Morlock. Mr. Mayor, I see you've brought something with you.
Oh, you want this?
Only from you, sir.
Art, I did bring something with me. I have a certificate of congratulations and appreciation. As you well know, Straight Talk just completed its 15th year. It's been a remarkable show, and it's a very small token of my and the city's appreciation. It indicates, the 400 shows and the 1,000 guests that you've had over the 15 years. More than that, it really talks about the contributions that this show has made to the discussion of really important issues and really important problems that we have. And I think you've certainly made a great contribution to the debate. And I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor.
It's my pleasure.
This is beautiful. Let me just hold it up for a second to our viewers, and I really appreciate that. And
it's well deserved, Art. We're delighted to do it.
Thank you so much. And I want to thank all of our sponsors who have been with us for the last 15 years. We'll be taking out some ads in the weeks to come about the importance of having quality sponsors, including our title sponsors, Southern California Edison, the Press Telegram, and Long Beach Magazine, and all the wonderful merchants who are part of the team. And Bob, as you know, I'm the person up front here, but we have a great crew behind us, starting with our director, Ron Petke, and John Jean, and CJ on makeup, and others. And there's a whole team that puts this together, just like you can't be mayor on yourself.
No, they're great. They're a great team. I know them well, Art, and always joke around with the crew here, and always, particularly Ron, and have a great time with them. You got a good group here, and you've done a great job. So I want to say thanks.
Thank you so much for that. And if you feel deep down that you're trying to do the right thing, even though we mess up from time to time, it feels good. And I know, because I know you so well, that your heart's in the right place. You're trying to do what's best for the city, and you get pounded on from all sides, and
comes
it
with
comes
the
with the
territory.
territory. But if you sleep well at night when you know deep down that you're doing what you think is in the best interest of the people.
And that's all I'm doing this for.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for being our guest, and thanks for this. I'll treasure it.
It's my very much appreciated.
Okay. We'll be back with the remaining portions of Straight Talk after these messages.
Welcome to McKenna's on the Bay, where fine dining is complemented with a breathtaking view. McKenna's is a restaurant of incredible ambiance, providing service and cuisine with style, class, and romance. The menu offers a variety of appetizers, serious seafood, prime steaks, an oyster bar, and specialty entrees for either lunch or dinner. McKenna's on the Bay features patio dining, nightly entertainment, and 2 banquet facilities. No matter what your occasion, McKenna's on the Bay is like being on vacation. Join us today at McKenna's on the Bay.
Founded in 1976, Polly's Gourmet Coffee is Southern California's most complete gourmet coffee store. Polly's has the best tasting coffee, freshly roasted every day right in the store, plus a wide selection of teas, an in-house bakery, espresso bar, patio dining, and more. We also offer Wi-Fi, free internet access for all of our customers. Our nationwide clientele agree, when it comes to coffee, there's only one name to remember: Polly's, 4606 East 2nd Street, welcoming you into Belmont Shore.
How do you like your chances the rest of the way?
I got no idea. But I do know that if we stay with Naples Rib Company, at least we won't go hungry.
Coach, what do you think about some of those questionable calls tonight?
Yeah, but if you want a sound call, I'd call Naples Rib Company. You can't miss on that call.
Then Naples Rib Company is part of your game plan?
There really is nothing more motivating than a great barbecue meal at Naples Rib Company.
Victory or not, Naples Rib Company, great game plan.
A fascinating discussion with our mayor, and I just to say publicly that I think we're fortunate in Long Beach to have a mayor of the quality of Bob Foster, who truly is committed to this city, who is highly capable in the private sector, helped his company saved it from bankruptcy, and could have been playing golf and doing a lot of other things. And he and his lovely wife, Nancy, the First Lady, are really committed to this city. So I just want to say that publicly, Bob.
Thank you, Art. I do want to say something to the people of Long Beach. During my State of the City speech, I talked about the difficult times we're in and how that's going to impose sacrifice on many people. No one should make light of the problems that people have when they lose their job, lose their house, and what the economic downturn has caused. But the one thing that will enable us to get through this is if we do 2 things. If we hang together and help one another and really kind of give up a little bit of our self-interest to really for the greater good. I think that's really important here. And to have a little longer term view. I think that's what's been missing in contemporary politics. My parents and their parents, and I'm certainly yours, went through very difficult times. And it made us stronger, and they've come through it in great shape. It's not without pain, it's not without sacrifice, but I do believe that when you have times of adversity, it defines you as a people.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what will define us now. We will succeed, get through this successfully, but we need everybody really pulling together and helping each other.
And I know you very strongly believe that we are one city and not individual. And I know you had your inauguration on the west side of town to make that very point.
I did, and in fact, last night I saw a couple of council members from different districts give up some of their resources to make sure that the people at Arlington that had those floods are now going to be repaired. I made sure we stayed on top of that because we are one city.
With that closing note, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for joining us. Please be with us next week for the next edition of Straight Talk. Good night, everyone.
Straight Talk has been brought to you by Southern California Edison, the Press Telegram, and Long Beach Magazine. And remember, Straight Talk is viewable worldwide 24/7 at straighttalktv.com.